Lift Guy here, and today we're going to go through and show you how to reprogram a board. This can apply to either ALC 500 or ALC 1000. They both can be updated, and it's pretty much the same procedure. It's just what you need to, the hookups and all that are different depending on what you're doing. So here I got an ALC 500 board. This is an old board I pulled out it's having problems. If you can see maybe you can, but it's because of how Genie's upper control boxes aren't very well sealed, and the Genie doesn't cover the boards real well. You can see basically all the laminates coming off, and when it gets wet, it would start acting up. But for the most part, this board works. So I'm going to take you through and show you how to reprogram it. And all I do is, you'll see right there, I hooked it up. Most of the time you can just do this in the boom. I'm doing it here because it's easiest to do right here on the bench. And that might be damaging the pins a little bit, but since it's an old board and I don't care as much, it's like so. But you can see that's how you power it up. You can see the first two pins, one's positive and one's negative, and you can see it's got power. And then I got my serial cable hooked up. So I'm going to go through, and there's several reasons why you'd want to take and reprogram a board. One of them being to update it. And update it to get rid for some bug fixes. I've done that a time or two. And really, I thought about doing this video earlier, but because the fact that the number of times I've reprogrammed a board, I think it's maybe I can count on one hand and no more than two hands. And that's in 15, 20 years of doing this. So that's why I hadn't done it, because I've been doing this for a very long time and I just haven't done it that many times. And because of that fact, I don't always remember how to do it, so I've made myself a little cheat sheet here because I think the last time I did this it's been a year, probably closer to 2 or 3 years since I've done reprogrammed a board. But other reasons to reprogram a board is because you have a machine messing up, you need a board, and I know right now there's problems with supply, and Genie's not shipping very fast either, is another problem. So maybe you want to take and pull it out of another unit or reprogram into your unit and use it. And for like ALC 500, you can do that for almost all of them. You figure S80 and down to the Z45s or the S40s. It's all the same, pretty much the same board. It's just how the programming it has. So let's get on with it. And so for reprogramming a board, first you gotta open up Web GPI and get your board connected up. I'm not going to go over a lot of that because I've gone over it in my how hooking up Web GPI. So you may want to go over and watch some of my other videos, because there's relevant information that would apply to different pieces. So it helps to go through and watch my other videos too. But for this one, we're gonna you got it hooked up to you got your board connected up. So first, you've obviously got the software loaded on your computer and all that, and like I said, refer to my other video for that. And you hit connect, and you're all connected up. And another reason you'd want to take and do this is you just ordered a brand new board from Genie, and unfortunately, Genie, I don't know, I'd hate to bag on Genie, but they do this often, where they take and you give them all the information, and they just don't, for some reason, get the right software on there. I don't know why. I've had many problems with them doing this. And that's actually the last time I did this was with a Z80. I got the software, I got the SO number for them and all the information, and our parts department put that into the little sheet they have to fill out and send to Jeannie. And Jeannie sent it with the most up-to-date software, which was wrong for that Z80, because for like the Z80, that's an ALC 1000, so there's multiple boards, so it wouldn't communicate with the platform board, which was the one we were replacing, was the platform board. And so I went on there and found that they put the wrong software on there. So I had to change the software to an older version, which matched the software on the lower control board. Which, they are different software, but they have to be in the same series, if you get what I'm saying. So, that's the last time was on a Z80. So, let's get on with it. So, you hit connect, you're connected up. You go to download. Your board should take and autofill a lot of this. And so, like right now, I know it's got this, you see right here, SO649102 hex file. So if you wanted to change the software to a different one, you have to take in, first, it is C drive, program file, in parentheses x86, and then be careful, I know this one's highlighting where I need to go because I've already played with it a little, but watch out if you look up here, see how you have Danfoss? So, but you need to go to Sawyer Danfoss. And then Web GPI, and if you've been doing this a while like I have, see how all the different SO numbers you already got loaded up? So I'm going to change it to, this is a SO649, and it's an SO649102 is what's on there already. I'm just going to change it to the SO649103. And for some reason, even though it has here to put for hex files, I don't know why, but it's not coming up. So you go to all files and then scroll down and see, you're looking for SO64903 hex. So you got that right there, and then hit download. And then see over here all the numbers. It's going to sit there and it's loading it up on there. And wait, it takes a few minutes. And there we go. We're loaded up with. So, and then just to check it, let's go disconnect, connect, application. And look at that. It's probably a newer version for the S60s. And it's all loaded up. And you see right here, SO64903. And I just skipped a section. If you don't have it, and if you're not sure if you have it loaded the right software loaded on your computer already, you can go right here to offline mode. Then you hit this drop down box, and these are all the different SO numbers that are already loaded on your computer. If you're just starting out, you may only have 2 to 5 of these, depending on how many booms you hook up, or maybe you only have a couple booms in your fleet. But for me, I've plugged into all these, so these are all the different ones that are already loaded on my computer and that you have to choose from to load on a software, or load onto a board if you want to. See, as long as you, like I said, you have to load the application software, which, like I said, refer back to my other video. But it is that easy. And of course, once you, if you're ordering a new board, you already know you're going to have to take and recalibrate everything. You have to recalibrate, all the joysticks. Like if it's an S45, there's not a whole lot to recalibrate. You recalibrate the joysticks and all the then you take and get into Web GPI, and that's a whole difference. But that'll have to be a different video to go in and recalibrate everything and change things. But you'll have to go in and to set up here and pick your engine, go through and make sure you go through every screen and check. So, all right, Lift Guy out, and take and follow me on Facebook and YouTube, and watch some of my other videos because there's relevant information that applies. As I do these videos, I'm going to be building on the information, so you may have to refer back to other videos.